Hi, my name's Alyssa Young, and this is my hypothesis presentation on my term paper, which is the digital world the future for artists? So as of today, 3 billion people use the internet. Everything imaginable can be done online, from ordering food, streaming television, and online banking. In today's technology-filled world, artists now have an online platform to showcase their artwork. And so, just kind of introduction. So I have here live stats, just a screenshot of some of the live stats on this website I found. And these are happening every second. That number at the bottom there, you watch it change. And I think it's just really interesting to see that this is constantly growing. You have Tumblr posts that were just today, photos uploaded just today. Like, so many people and things are happening online, and that if you're not a part of it, you really are missing out. And I think as an artist, it's important to see these numbers. And I took these screenshots at like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So like, by the end of the night, these will be pretty high. And like I said, I think it's very important. So into my hypothesis, I think that selling and showcasing art online is revolutionizing the way we view and buy artwork. I also think that social media platforms benefit the artists and online galleries, and the auction sites are helping the art market grow. So social media has become the primary source, the primary way that consumers discover art. And I have them split up. I have social media and then like fine art media. But in this case, we have Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Etsy. And these sites really are more... they don't cater to just the artist. So you really have to go out there and make your Facebook art-oriented, your Twitter art-oriented, Instagram, and so on. And I mean, they're different. Etsy allows you to sell products online, and if you're a creator, if you're an artist, it's a really nice tool. But you kind of have to have something commercial, catchy, whimsical, I feel like, for Etsy to really be successful. I mean, there's other websites too that are out there. DeviantArt is one of them, where you can sell your artwork. It's like a large online gallery, but still kind of not as high end. Also, another interesting fact is that 18 to 34-year-olds, their most preferred social media platform was Instagram at 65%, Facebook at 60%, and then LinkedIn was at 28%. And this was in a survey done by Hiscox on the art market in 2016. And I thought that was really interesting to see. As for that, I do have another graph from them, and it's just preferred social media platforms, just from everyone that took the survey. And Instagram and Facebook were the two contenders. And I think it's interesting to see that Instagram in 2016 rose in about 20% from where they were the year before, and I can agree with that completely. I use Instagram. I've been trying as an artist to use it to show my work, and I think if you're really successful at it, it can be really beneficial, where areas Facebook doesn't really allow you to have that follower base. You have more friends and family, but at the same time, that is kind of what's so neat about it all, is that if you share something on Facebook and then a family or friend shares it, then they're sharing it to their connections, and it can go a lot of places. You just need to know how to use each form of these social medias. The next platform I have is the fine art market, and I have Christie's, ArtNet, Artsy, Sotheby's, and Paddle 8, and all of these are more of your high-end websites they don't really compare to the social media sites. This is a more exclusive thing compared to Facebook and Twitter. Facebook and Twitter can have all sorts of interests on there, where these are all solely for art. And on these sites, you can have online bidding, galleries, auctions. Your portfolios can be on there. Sotheby's and Christie's are two of the oldest. Sotheby's is from 1744. So now they're putting their self online and opening up that market, and I think it's a really great thing that they're doing. They're not the only ones. Christie's is the same way, ArtNet's the same way. Artsy and Paddle8 are a little bit more art central, and for the artists making their artwork. And according to the Hiscox report, again, the online art market has continued to grow up to 24% to $3.27 billion, despite the market slowing in 2015. I think that's amazing that even though I'm not quite aware of these sites, I found them while doing the research, that the art market online for these higher end companies have been growing. Here's a report, a graph from the report, and it shows the growth from 4 companies, well, minus Heritage Auction, which had a negative percentage. But it's really important to see that there is growth in their sales. Another important role that these platforms have is creating a mobile app. So not only are they just based online, you can download their applications onto your phone and join in on the auction or the online bidding right from your phone. So I think that's also a really smart move for those companies. The next question that we kind of have asked is, who is buying the art? Who is participating in this? Is it the millennials? Is it the baby boomers? And I think that's a really important part of the research that needs to be studied. Over 80% of baby boomers spent more than $10,000 online for art, where the millennial Generation Y was at less than 20% for buying online art. And then in another survey done by TFAF, which is another online art association, their survey showed that 3/4 of collectors were male, and that 73% were over the age 40 to 69, and artists under 29 made up only 3% of the collectors surveyed. So I really think that finding more information on the buyers, on who's buying and in what network they're buying, because from the Hiscox report, they mentioned that 81% of their participants in the survey were from Europe and the US, and they were fine art collectors. They weren't collectors of just all art. So these people were more high-end, more wealthy. So I think it would be nice to know where the percentage of sales comes in from places like Etsy, places like DeviantArt, all of the more mainstream social media sites that are that everyone are able to go on. So I think that would be more research that needs to be done. But as for my hypotheses, it's proven that this market is growing, that the online market is beneficial to the art world. I definitely think that things could change quickly depending on technology, but that's just something that you can't take in that if or the what if quite yet. You just have to see how it's working, and I think from the past couple of years that it's proven that the art market online is successful. So thank you for listening to my hypothesis presentation. Looking forward to reading everyone else's and listening to those. So thank you.